Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Hello Street Cat Iceberg Part 3. For those who haven't watched Part 1 and 2, I highly recommend watching the original 2 parts. However, I will give a brief summary of what Hello Street Cat is here. Hello Street Cat is a website used to feed and document various stray cats located in China and now America. This has resulted in a large community that have dedicated time to document these stray cats. So today I created a brand new iceberg with 250 new cats that haven't been talked about previously, which are sorted from most active to least active. However, before we begin, make sure to stay till the end, as I'll be giving updates on some of the previous most popular cats in the series. Anyways, let's begin with Layer 1. The Sad Rizzler. The Sad Rizzler is a orange short-haired tabby named due to his habit of reaching into the feeder and looking like he's about to kiss the camera. And the sad part of his name comes from his sad and longing expression that he often gives the feeder. Mr. Spurks. Mr. Spurks is a orange shorthair named due to his resemblance to a sphinx. Uno Jr. Uno Jr. is a white and brown shorthair named after his singular dot on his back. It is also suspected that Uno Jr. is in a relationship with Little Puke. Mr. Goatee. Mr. Goatee is a black and white shorthair named due to his white markings resembling a goatee. Mr. Eclipse. Mr. Eclipse is a pure black longhair named after his coat resembling a eclipse. Miss Bib. Miss Bib is a calico shorthair named after their feeder, which has a baby theme. Miss Bib is known for her constant hyperactive behavior, constantly running around their feeder. Brother Styles. Brother Styles is a white and brown shorthair named after the pop star Harry Styles. In the Hello Street Cat community, Brother Styles is known as the male version of Miss Dress and has even been seen taking care of her kittens. Mrs. Geometry Dash. Miss Geometry Dash is a brown and white shorthair named due to the markings on her back resembling the cube jumping over the spike in the game Geometry Dash. Stereo Madness. Stereo Madness is a white and black shorthair named after the first level of Geometry Dash due to being the daughter of Mrs. Geometry Dash. Miss Word. Miss Word is a calico shorthair named after the microphone-like markings on her face. Unlike most cats from the feeder, Miss Word doesn't have a preference for chicken or dry food, she eats both. Apollo. Apollo is a brown and gray shorthair named after the Greek god Apollo due to being very cute and beautiful, and Apollo is often considered the most beautiful Greek god. Bob. Bob is a orange shorthair named due to their uncanny expression that they make that is often compared to that one image of sad SpongeBob. Bob is extremely popular within the community due to the very funny faces that they make. Bill. Bill is a orange shorthair and one of the children of Bob. Bill has appeared at the feeder since he was a little kitten and still appears with his siblings to this day. Cobb. Cobb is a orange and white shorthair named due to their similarities to Bob. Cobb is often compared to Bob due to them not only having similar features, but also due to them both being known for their funny faces. Maurice. Maurice is a gray and orange shorthair named after the Byzantine emperor and general who began many conflicts during his rule. Maurice has been named this way due to consistently causing conflicts with other cats at the feeder. Hubert. Hubert is a orange and gray shorthair who on her first sighting was confused with Maurice. However, due to Hubert's kind and patient behavior, they would become extremely popular within the community. Kenneth. Kenneth, also known as Uncle Relax, is a brown shorthair named due to their large size and habit of taking naps while still standing. 66. 66 is a brown and white shorthair named after the Chinese idiom, "May everything go smoothly for you." This is due to her being blind and sick and often struggling to do things on her own, which is why she lives with a caretaker. But in recent months, it does seem like 66 is doing a lot better. Big Orange Guy. Big Orange Guy, also known as the Bog, is a large orange shorthair named due to his large cheeks. It has also been documented by the feeder caretaker that Big Orange Guy often starts fights with the other cats. Brother Stare. Brother Stare is a gray short hair named after his wide-eye stares that he often gives the camera. Mr. Elegant. Mr. Elegant is a white and black short hair named after his fancy and gentlemanly appearance. Mrs. Dopey. Mrs. Dopey is a brown and white short hair named due to her often stupid or idiotic looking expression. Miss Gracious. Miss Gracious is a tortoiseshell short hair who is named after her kind and nice personality. Mr. Microphone. Mr. Microphone is a black and white short hair named after the unique marking on his face, which makes it look like he is wearing a microphone. Mr. Space Invader. Mr. Space Invader is a orange and white short hair who gained his name due to his habit of invading other cats' personal space. It has been documented on multiple times that during these invasions, Mr. Space Invader will steal the other cat's food, causing a conflict. Mr. To Go. Mr. To Go is a orange short hair named due to his tendency of grabbing food and then running off to a unknown location. Pudge E. Pudge. Pudge E. Pudge is a brown exotic short hair named due to his very large size. Pudge E. Pudge is extremely common at the feeder, showing up at the feeder daily. The Scooper. The Scooper is a orange short hair named after his strange habit of scooping up kibble with his paws and eating it. Ugly Mama. Ugly Mama is a gray and white short hair named due to her nasty appearance. Ugly Mama also has a baby known as Ugly Baby. Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola is a brown short hair who was left at one of the feeding stations by their owner. Eventually, Coca-Cola would arrive at the vet, and due to the doctor holding the kitten in one hand and the Coke in the other, she would be named after the drink. Miss Yokon. Miss Yokon is a brown short hair named after the Japanese treat. Miss Yokon is pretty comfortable with her surroundings, but won't be scared to fight back if provoked. Bryce. Bryce is a cream long hair and was named by the feeder's caretaker. Bryce is also known as the youngest cat at his feeder. Christina. Christina is a black and white long hair named by the feeder caretaker. Christina began going to the feeder when she was found at a Home Depot pallet along with her kittens. Jolene. Jolene is a calico short hair named by their feeder's caretaker. When Jolene appears at the feeder, she's often accompanied by her partner, Peter. Peter is a brown Siamese named by his caretaker and often seen with his partner, Jolene. Zion. Zion is a orange and white short hair named by the feeder caretaker. Zion is also known as Bryce's twin brother. Mr. Cheetah. Mr. Cheetah is a brown and white short hair named after the patterns on their coat resembling a cheetah's pattern on their coat. Mr. Cigarette. Mr. Cigarette is a orange and white short hair named after his fur colors resembling the color of a cigarette. Mama Dinah. Mama Dinah is a brown and white short hair named after the character Dinah Blade from Kirby Superstar. Mama Dinah is usually seen at the feeder watching over her kittens looking very tired. Miss Kibi. Miss Kibi is a orange and white short hair named after Kibi, the Player 2 version of Kirby from Kirby Dream Course. Personality-wise, Miss Kibi is often seen lazing and eating around her feeder. Mr. Judgment. Mr. Judgment is a orange and white short hair named due to his habit of acting very judgmental and his disgust with other cats at the feeder. Mr. Rudolph. Mr. Rudolph is a brown and white short hair named after Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer due to their large red nose. Mr. Rudolph is extremely patient, once waiting for over 40 minutes for food. Mr. Gummy. Mr. Gummy is a white and black short hair named due to the black gummy bear-like marking on his back. Miss Willow. Miss Willow is a white semi-long hair named after her unique coat. Mr. Rocket. Mr. Rocket is a brown short hair named after the rocket shape of his nose. Mr. Rocket is very particular about the feeder, usually waiting for other cats to leave before he eats. Mr. Mischievous. Mr. Mischievous is a brown and white short hair named due to their silly actions, often running around the other cats at the feeder. Mr. Mischievous is also known to spend a lot of time in the litter box. Mr. Crescent. Mr. Crescent is a white and orange shorthair named after the crescent-shaped marking under his eye. Mr. Tornado. Mr. Tornado is a gray British shorthair named after his gray coat looking similar to the color of a tornado. Mr. Tornado was once located in the same building as the infamous Mr. Fresh and was the only cat to be nice to Mr. Fresh when he first arrived. Doo-Doo. Doo-Doo is a gray shorthair known under his Chinese name Doo-Doo. However, in the English community he is dubbed the intimidating gray. Fat Toad. Fat Toad is a orange and white shorthair named due to his habit of laying down and looking like a fat toad. Along with his name, Fat Toad is also known for his insatiable hunger. Miss Lotus. Miss Lotus is a white ragdoll named after the Lotus Casino, a casino location found in Percy Jackson and the Olympians novels, which was done in order to follow the gangster/yakuza theme of the names within the feeder. Bread Boy. Bread Boy is a orange and white shorthair named due to his resemblance to a baked loaf of bread. Bread Boy is also in a relationship with Miss Char, with them being dubbed the cooked couple by the Hello Street Cat community. Miss Char. Miss Char is a tortoiseshell shorthair named after her black and brown markings that resemble something burnt. When Miss Char is seen in public, she's often accompanied by her partner, Bread Boy. Grandpa Dust. Grandpa Dust is a white and brown shorthair named after his tired looks and dusty colors. Mrs. Barbecue. Mrs. Barbecue is a brown shorthair named after unique brown markings on her back which resemble grill marks. Mr. Mindful. Mr. Mindful is a white shorthair named after his resemblance to the infamous Brother Calm. Mr. Mindful is extremely territorial, fighting most of the cats at the feeder. However, he has a particular hatred for Rectangle Lad. Rectangle Lad. Rectangle Lad is a black and white shorthair named after his rectangular-shaped body. Rectangle Lad has been documented to be extremely kind and nice to other cats at the feeder, however Mr. Mindful still harbors a grudge against him. Sister Foam. Sister Foam is a white shorthair named after her white coat resembling the foam from bubble soap. Behavior-wise, Sister Foam is extremely judgmental, often staring into the viewer's soul. Generic Ginger Cat. Generic Ginger Cat is a ginger shorthair named after his common ginger coat and normal behavior. Mr. Cardigan. Mr. Cardigan is a white and brown shorthair named due to his resemblance to a cardigan. Mr. Cardigan is known to kick other cats out of the feeder, preferring to eat alone. Mr. Chain. Mr. Chain is a white and orange shorthair named after the thin line around his neck resembling a chain or a necklace. Mr. Champion. Mr. Champion is a white and brown shorthair named after the markings on his side which resembles a champion's belt. Mr. Champion is also known for his strange way of eating, using his tongue to grab the kibble and eat it like a lizard. Mr. Comb-Over. Mr. Comb-Over is a white and orange shorthair named after the orange patch on his head which resembles combed over hair. Mr. Comb-Over is the father of multiple kittens, but it is unknown who the mother is. Mr. Forensic. Mr. Forensic is a black and white shorthair named after the black shapes on his face, which resembles a shoe print found at a crime scene. Mr. Lasagna. Mr. Lasagna is a orange shorthair named due to his resemblance to Garfield, who loves lasagna. Mr. Prom. Mr. Prom is a orange shorthair named after the single prominent dot on his nose, which is his most prominent feature. And that is the end of Layer 1, with it including some of the most common cats at the feeder that weren't talked about in the previous two icebergs. Next, we will be heading into Layer 2, which will have more obscure cats that don't appear at the feeder as often. Mr. Nervous. Mr. Nervous is a orange shorthair named after his scared and nervous mannerisms. Mr. Mitsubishi. Mr. Mitsubishi is a orange and white shorthair named due to the markings on his face resembling the logo for the Japanese car company Mitsubishi. Mr. Kilt. Mr. Kilt is a brown Scottish fold named after the Scottish garment known as a kilt. Mr. Kilt is known for being extremely nervous, which is due to the constant bullying from the other cats at the feeder. Miss Cap. Miss Cap is a calico shorthair named after her feeder's clothing theme. Miss Cap has gained a lot of weight since being introduced to the feeder, so much in fact that many viewers thought that she was pregnant. Kiki. Kiki is a black shorthair named after their similarities to the Animal Crossing villager Kiki. Mr. Homewrecker. Mr. Homewrecker is a brown and white shorthair named for the fact that he inserted himself between the previously implied relationship between Mrs. Arrive and Mr. Unibrow. Due to this incident, Mr. Homewrecker was labeled a homewrecker. Mr. Domino. Mr. Domino is a white and brown shorthair named after the 4 dots on his head, which resembles domino dots. Bob Jr. Bob Jr. is a orange and white shorthair named after his mother Bob. Bob Jr. is extremely close with his other siblings, often being seen eating with them. Brutus. Brutus is a tortoiseshell shorthair whose name was chosen because it was a cool bee name, just like the other offspring of Bob. Brutus does not appear at the feeder very often, but when she does, she is extremely territorial. Hudson. Hudson is a calico shorthair named after a species of sweet corn due to her multicolored fur and due to her being the offspring of Cobb. Reed. Reed is a orange and white shorthair named after a species of yellow corn and due to being the offspring of the Cobb. Theo. Theo is a orange shorthair named after one of Maurice's 6 sons from Roman history. This is due to his father being named Maurice after the Roman emperor. Bad-tempered black. Bad-tempered black is a black shorthair named after his extreme temper, often getting mad at other cats at the feeder. Brother Blessing. Brother Blessing is a brown shorthair named after the cat Blessing Circle, a cat who stopped visiting the feeder in January that he looked very similar to. Dragonfly. Dragonfly is a calico shorthair who gained her name due to trapping herself multiple times within the feeder, similar to how dragonflies get stuck in the corners. Mr. France. Mr. France is a orange and white shorthair named due to his paralyzed leg resembling various images of Napoleon Bonaparte who had a hand in the French Revolution. Mr. Iron Man. Mr. Iron Man is a bicolor shorthair named due to the large mark on his chest resembling the comic book character's iconic chest plate. Mr. Iron Man is also known for his habit of staring into the camera. Miss 9 O'Clock. Miss 9 O'Clock is a black shorthair and is the daughter of Miss 9 to 5 and Mr. 6 O'Clock, so she is named after her parents. Mrs. 9 to 5. Mrs. 9 to 5 is a tortoiseshell shorthair who gained her name due to being a mother and looking like she works a 9 to 5. Mr. Shrimp. Mr. Shrimp is a orange shorthair named after his shrimp-like posture when he sleeps. Mr. Shrimp hasn't been seen in months due to going to the vet and is currently looking for an adopter. Old Timer. Old Timer is a brown and white shorthair named after the white markings under his chin, which resembles a milk mustache. Ugly Baby. Ugly Baby is a white and gray shorthair who is named due to being young and ugly. Ugly Baby is very active, often playing within the feeder, however will also take naps in the feeder. Miss Goofy. Miss Goofy is a tortoiseshell shorthair named after her silly and goofy actions. Miss Goofy has been seen at the feeder for months pretty regularly now, but still gets surprised by the feeder dispenser. Mr. Serious. Mr. Serious is a brown and white shorthair named due to his extremely serious expression. Mr. Serious will often refuse kibble, only eating the chicken treats. Mr. Doubt. Mr. Doubt is a orange and white shorthair named due to his habit of repeatedly munching for a few seconds and then looking around as if something is wrong. Miss Halloween. Miss Halloween is a calico shorthair named after her coat color scheme, which matched well with the feeder at the time, which was Halloween themed. Mr. Saddle. Mr. Saddle is a orange and white shorthair named after his coat type, which is named Cap and Saddle. Mr. Saddle's feeder was moved to another location in May of 2024, and it is unknown if we will ever see Mr. Saddle again. Mr. Nightshift. Mr. Nightshift is a white shorthair named after his tired appearance, looking like he works a night shift. Wisconsin. Wisconsin is a tuxedo shorthair named after the Native American term Wisconsin, which means wild rushing channel, which fits as she is very wild. Behavior-wise, Wisconsin is extremely antisocial, only going around her other sister. Miss Survey. Miss Survey is a brown and white shorthair who received her name for standing guard outside of the feeder and looking utterly disgusted at the feeder, much like a surveyor is disgusted at the land that they survey. Beanie Baby. Beanie Baby is a orange and white shorthair named due to his soft and cute appearance, similar to a stuffed animal. Captain Hook. Captain Hook is a orange and white shorthair who is named after the character Captain Hook from Peter Pan due to his hook shape on his shoulder. Miss Backslash. Miss Backslash is a tortoiseshell shorthair named after the backslash on her forehead. Oftentimes, Miss Backslash will appear at the feeder and not eat, just sitting there enjoying the sun. Mr. Hustle. Mr. Hustle is a orange and white shorthair named due to his haste and speed, almost never sitting still. Miss Scallop. Miss Scallop is a tortoiseshell shorthair named after her scallop-shaped eyebrows. Miss Slick. Miss Slick is a brown and white shorthair named after her distinctive stripes on her head, which looked like slicked back hair. Chef Kawasaki. Chef Kawasaki is a brown and white shorthair named after the character Chef Kawasaki from the Kirby series. This is due to the feeder having a Kirby theme. Mex Gordo. Mex Gordo is a tuxedo shorthair named after the Kirby enemy Gordo. Behavior-wise, Mex Gordo will often sit in front of the feeder and beg for food. Mrs. Alien. Mrs. Alien is a orange and white shorthair named due to her large, strange eyes, similar to an alien's. Mrs. Alien will often get upset if another cat is inside the feeder, screaming and hissing until they leave. The Ancient Beast. The Ancient Beast, also known as Tab, is a brown shorthair named after his wise and ancient aura. Brother Sniffles. Brother Sniffles is a orange and white shorthair named due to his sickly appearance. Brother Sniffles often appears at the feeder at the worst time, often appearing when the food bowl is completely empty. Mrs. Scream. Mrs. Scream is a calico shorthair named due to a resemblance to the painting of the Screaming Man. Mama Goose. Mama Goose is a white shorthair named after her white coat and her kind and gentle nature. Mr. Hopper. Mr. Hopper is a orange shorthair named after space hoppers, specifically the orange ones with ears and weird faces on them. Miss White Guy. Miss White Guy is a white and black shorthair named due to the fact that she closely resembles a balding Caucasian male. Sister Crayfish. Sister Crayfish is a brown shorthair named due to her habit of sitting in the food bowl, similar to how a crayfish hides. Baron Raw Fillet. Baron Raw Fillet is a orange shorthair named after the feeder's name, tartar, which is a type of fish served raw. Count Apprentice. Count Apprentice is a orange shorthair and was named due to the fact that he looks like a small version of Baron Raw Fillet, thus making him his apprentice. Count Apprentice used to be an extremely rare sight at the feeder, however he has begun appearing more in recent months. Madam Waiter. Madam Waiter is a tortoiseshell shorthair named after the feeder theme, which has a restaurant theme. Madam Waiter is known to be extremely busy, often running to the feeder, eating, and then leaving. Madam Barista. Madame Barista is a tortoiseshell shorthair named due to her similarities to Madame Waiter. Behavior-wise, Madame Barista acts very similar to how an actual barista acts, entering and eating and then leaving, similar to how a barista would serve you and then move to the next table. Assistant Bald. Assistant Bald is a orange and white shorthair named due to the patch of orange on his head, which makes him look like he is balding. Assistant Bald is also known for his contributions to the Bald Congress, a group of cats who all look like they're bald. Bald Baby. Baby Bald is a white and orange shorthair and was named after his markings on his head, which resembles a thinning hairline. Captain Stottlemyre. Captain Stottlemyre is a brown and white shorthair named after the character Captain Stottlemyre from the police comedy Monk. And that was the end of Layer 2, which had some more rare cats. Next we will be heading into Layer 3, which has some of the most rare and obscure cats at these feeders. Little Puke. Little Puke is a orange and white shorthair named due to their similar appearance to the infamous Mr. Puke. However, unlike Mr. Puke, Little Puke has not puked at the feeder. Snowdrop. Snowdrop is a brown and white shorthair named after the flower Snowdrop, as Snowdrop's mother's name in Chinese translates to flower flower. Behavior-wise, Snowdrop is just like their mother, who in English is known as Miss Eeper, as they both sleep in the feeder a lot. Mozzarella. Mozzarella is a white shorthair whose name was chosen because the Wiki was running out of white things to name white cats after. Mozzarella is a very friendly cat, often coming with groups of other cats and being scared to leave that group. Miss Twist. Miss Twist is a calico shorthair named due to her strange habit of twisting her head while eating. The Newcomer. The Newcomer is a gray and white shorthair and is named due to being a recent addition to Mrs. Dress's feeder. Behavior-wise, the Newcomer hates every human or cat, however, it is very calm when left alone. Mr. Bass. Mr. Bass is a brown shorthair named after the musical instrument due to their similar brown color. Mr. Bass is known for his greediness, often trying to convince viewers to donate for more treats. Dan. Dan is a orange and white shorthair and is named after the knight Sir Daniel, which is due to Dan being the son of the Dame Knight. Gareth. Gareth is a orange shorthair and is named after the nephew of King Arthur, which is due to Gareth being the offspring of the Dame Knight. Justin. Justin is a black shorthair named after Emperor Maurice's son of the same name, which is due to her being the daughter of Maurice. Justin is also the first fully black cat documented at their particular feeder, making her extremely rare. Sans. Sans is a gray and white shorthair named after the character Sans the Skeleton from the hit game Undertale. Not much is known about Sans as he is extremely rare, but he does enjoy the chicken treats. Seraph. Seraph is a white and gray shorthair named due to his similar appearance to Sans. Seraph often attacks and chases cats, however has a very strong friendship with George. Tob. Tob is a tortoiseshell shorthair named due to their scary similarities to Bob, with them also making various strange faces. Tob is relatively chill at the feeders, but will get into fights from time to time, once even getting into a fight with the legendary Bob. BBB. BBB is a orange shorthair who goes by many names such as Big Body Brother or Big Bone Brother, however they both relate to how large he is. Behavior-wise, BBB keeps to himself at the feeders and doesn't really care what other cats do. Big White. Big White is a white and brown shorthair whose name was given to him by his caretaker due to his large size and white coat. Brother Loaf. Brother Loaf is a black and white shorthair and is named after his first appearance when he achieved a perfect loaf first try. Heart. Heart is a brown and white shorthair named after the small heart shape on her back. Little Nommer. Little Nommer is a calico shorthair kitten named due to their small bites that she takes at the feeder. Not much is known about Little Nommer as she appears very rarely. Miss Cuckoo. Miss Cuckoo is a calico shorthair named due to her crazy big-eyed stare. Miss Cuckoo is often seen taking care of Miss Tender's kittens and has even been seen taking care of Miss Tender herself. Mr. Fry. Mr. Fry is a orange shorthair named after the two brown and white markings in between his eyes that resemble the shape of a fryer basket handle. Mr. Mewing. Mr. Mewing is a orange and white shorthair named due to his habit of mewing and looking at the camera. Mr. Onyx. Mr. Onyx is a black shorthair who got his name from searching good cat names for a black cat and picking one that sounded good. Mr. Onyx also started the naming scheme of cats named after minerals. Mr. 6 O'Clock. Mr. 6 O'Clock is a black shorthair whose name came from being a father and coming home late. Mrs. Smitten. Mrs. Smitten is a black and white shorthair who was named after her cute looks and due to her being a mother. Mrs. Smitten often seems pretty nervous at the feeders, looking around behind her constantly. Miss Speck. Miss Speck is a orange and white shorthair named due to her small singular spot of orange on her back. Mr. Toothus. Mr. Toothus, also known as Mr. Toothus Harrington Sevloth IV Furbenstein XIV, is a brown shorthair. He is also known as the CEO of Skechers. Mex Wellington. Mex Wellington is a orange and white shorthair named due to his similarities to another cat named Meatloaf, being specifically named after Beef Wellington, which is very similar to Meatloaf. Mr. Yoda. Mr. Yoda is a brown and white shorthair named after his large ears and face shape similar to the Star Wars character Yoda. Stupid Idiot. Stupid Idiot is a black and white shorthair named after his mustache-like marking on his face, which is similar to the Chinese spelling of idiot. Behavior-wise, Stupid Idiot is very stupid, but is also very nice to other cats and humans. Cyanite. Cyanite is a black and white shorthair named after the igneous rock due to the resemblance to their mother, who is named Miss Cephalerite. Miss Wheeze. Miss Wheeze is a calico shorthair named after her habit of sneezing and wheezing. However, in recent months, the sneezing and wheezing has slowed down. Mr. Blue. Mr. Blue is a gray shorthair named after his shiny coat, which looks blue underneath certain lighting. Mrs. Houdini. Mrs. Houdini is a brown and white shorthair named due to her habit of escaping containment, with even once escaping her kennel, resulting in her being in confinement for a week. Mr. Mooncake. Mr. Mooncake is a golden shorthair named due to his enjoyment of mooncakes, which were given to him as a treat. Mr. Husk. Mr. Husk is a brown and white shorthair who got his name from the decoration theme of the feeder at the time of his first sighting, which was a Halloween theme. Miss Precious. Miss Precious is a calico shorthair named due to her underbite giving her a precious facial expression. Mr. Radar. Mr. Radar is a brown and black shorthair named due to the spottings on his back, which look like patches of rain on a weather radar. Mr. Cheeks. Mr. Cheeks is a orange and white shorthair named after his extremely large cheeks. Behavior-wise, Mr. Cheeks is extremely shy around other cats, preferring to be alone. Dakota. Dakota is a tuxedo shorthair whose name originates from the Native American word Dakota, which means friend, and Dakota is extremely protective over their sister, Wisconsin. The Chocolate Chips. The Chocolate Chips are a group of 3 calico kittens named Milk Chocolate, White Chocolate, and Dark Chocolate, all after their unique calico patterns. Mr. Cornetto. Mr. Cornetto is a orange shorthair named after the specific brand of ice cream cone. Mr. Misfortune. Mr. Misfortune is a orange shorthair named after the time they waited at the feeder for over 30 minutes, and only after leaving the food was dispensed. Mr. Eyes. Mr. Eyes is a orange shorthair named after the goofy large-eyed stare that he gives the camera, resulting in his eyes going in different directions. Kaboo. Kaboo is a brown and white shorthair named after the enemy Kaboo from the Kirby series. Miss Chili. Chili is a white shorthair named after the snow enemy named Chili from the Kirby series due to her white coat. Miss Como. Miss Como is a calico shorthair named after the Kirby enemy Como from Kirby's Dream Land 3. Miss Cupie. Miss Cupie is a calico shorthair named after the character Cupie from Kirby and the Amazing Mirror. Papa Wispy. Papa Wispy is a brown shorthair named after the reoccurring mini-boss Wispy Woods from the Kirby series. Papa Wispy is also the father of Mama Dinah's kittens. Dust Bunny. Dust Bunny is a gray Persian named after their lint-like appearance. Dust Bunny is speculated to be a house cat as he is extremely kind and gentle. Miss Pangea. Miss Pangea is a tortoiseshell shorthair named due to her split face, which is jokingly reminiscent of something splitting into pieces like continental drift. Miss Crispy. Miss Crispy is a calico shorthair named after the markings on her body, which look like a burnt piece of bread. Miss Tanuki. Miss Tanuki is a brown and white semi-long hair named due to her resemblance to a tanuki, a Japanese raccoon dog. Mr. Australia. Mr. Australia is a brown and white shorthair who was named after the saying that Australian people live upside down. This is due to the camera's feeder being flipped over. Spot Fur. Spot Fur is a gray shorthair named due to their resemblance to the character of the same name from the novel Warrior Cats due to them looking similar. Sister Shade. Sister Shade is a tuxedo shorthair named due to her dark, shadowy appearance. Mullet Paw. Mullet Paw is a brown and white shorthair named after the brown patch on her head, which looks like a mullet. Demeter. Demeter is a calico shorthair named after the Olympian goddess of harvest and nurturing due to her gentle kindness at the feeder. Mr. Cole. Mr. Cole is a white and black shorthair named after the black spots on his coat, which look like coal stains. Madame Carvery. Madame Carvery is a tortoiseshell shorthair named after her diverse coat as well as the buffet dish of the same name. Monsieur Chef. Monsieur Chef is a brown shorthair named due to appearing with Madame Waiter. Unlike other cats, Monsieur Chef takes hiatuses from the feeder, often leaving for months at a time. Monsieur Dine and Dash. Monsieur Dine and Dash is a orange shorthair named after looking a lot like Baron Raw Filet, and since in the lore Baron is a food critic, many Dine and Dashers disguise themselves as critics to get away with eating for free. Monsieur Gastronome. Monsieur Gastronome is a brown shorthair named this way to fit in with the feeder's food theme. Surdant Bangs. Surdant Bangs is a orange and white shorthair named after an orange patch on his head that looks like a Surdant Bangs hairstyle. Ginger Chaplin. Ginger Chaplin is a orange and white shorthair named after his orange mustache-like markings on his face, which resemble the silent film star Charlie Chaplin. Mr. Groovy. Mr. Groovy is a orange shorthair named after the groove or cut on his left ear. Nessie. Nessie is a orange and white shorthair named after the cryptid known as Nessie or the Loch Ness Monster due to the patch of white on her back shaped like a reptilian neck or head. Party Rocker. Party Rocker is a brown and white shorthair named after the 2011 hit song Party Rock Anthem by LMFAO. This is due to Party Rocker having a mustache similar to both of the lead members. Miss Slade. Miss Slade is a calico shorthair named after the Batman character Slade due to their similar facial expressions. Miss Tawny. Miss Tawny is a tortoiseshell shorthair named after the tawny owl due to their similar colors and coat. Miss Tawny has also been dubbed Fat Raccoon by the feeder caretakers. Shy Citrine. Shy Citrine is a orange shorthair named after his timid nature and orange coat. Shy Citrine is extremely playful, often trying to get other cats to chase him. Miss Boggle. Miss Boggle is a white shorthair whose name is a reference to boggling, a behavior rats exhibit when they're happy. Boggling involves their eyes vibrating within their head, which due to her dark eyes contrasting with her white body resulted in her name. Miss Rat. Miss Rat is a calico shorthair named after her rat-like personality, often eating and running off. Miss Squeak. Miss Squeak is a tortoiseshell shorthair named after a squeaky toy due to her mischievous behavior, often getting the other kittens in trouble. And that is the end of Layer 3, which included some of the most rare sightings at the feeder. Next, we will be heading into Layer 4, the final tier, with some of the most elusive creatures ever at the feeder. Stinky Looking Guy. Stinky Looking Guy is a brown and white shorthair named due to his mangy appearance, which is most likely due to stomatitis. However, since his first appearance, he has been improving a lot and looks a lot less mangy and stinky. Polt. Polt is a orange and white shorthair named after a baby turkey due to him looking like a smaller version of Mr. Turkey. Mr. Shadow. Mr. Shadow is a black shorthair named after his dark shadowy appearance and lurking around in the shadows. Lance. Lance is a brown shorthair named after Lancelot, a knight, as well as one of King Arthur's closest companions. Mac. Mac is a orange and white shorthair whose name was chosen because it contains the letters MK, with MK meaning mystery kitten, which is what Mac was called before he was named. Trunks. Trunks is a calico shorthair named after the son of Vegeta from Dragon Ball. This is due to him looking like another cat named Vegeta. Fat Man. Fat Man is a brown and white shorthair named after his obesity. Fat Man is a very lazy cat, often sleeping and lazing about the feeder. Mr. Disgust. Mr. Disgust is a orange and white shorthair named due to his disgusted reaction to food being dispensed at the feeder. Miss Mew. Miss Mew, the little disciple and guardian alarm clock, is a calico shorthair who gained her name due to her honorable actions of meowing when food is dispensed, informing the other cats in the area. Miss Slug. Miss Slug is a brown and white shorthair named after the patch of white on her back, which resembles a slug. Mr. Swag. Mr. Swag is a orange and white shorthair named after his nonchalant expression he made towards the camera. Mrs. Terra. Mrs. Terra is a calico shorthair named after the Latin word for earth. Mrs. Terra hasn't been seen since May of 2024, leaving behind a group of kittens, and it's unknown what happened to her. Miss Wednesday. Miss Wednesday is a calico shorthair named after unique facial expressions similar to the Wednesday stare. Miss Vanish. Miss Vanish is a calico shorthair named after her unique ability to vanish. For example, once she was drinking at the feeder and the camera glitched, and when the camera turned back on, she was gone. Puffle. Puffle is a gray and white shorthair named after his white coat and big eyes, similar to the pets from Club Penguin. Young Timer. Young Timer is a white and brown shorthair named after the white patch on his head, contrasting with his youthful appearance. Daredevil. Daredevil is a orange and white shorthair named after the comic book character Daredevil due to him having a mask-like marking on his face and also being partially blind, just like the character. Mr. Sugar Rush. Mr. Sugar Rush is a orange and white shorthair named due to his extreme energy, constantly running around the feeder. Miss Witch. Miss Witch is a tortoiseshell shorthair named after the Halloween theme of the feeder. Sparky. Sparky is a black and gray raccoon that is actually very common at the feeder. Sparky was taken in by the feeder caretaker at a very young age and was eventually released back into the wild. However, she still appears at the feeder from time to time. Little Ginger. Little Ginger is a orange and white shorthair named due to being the smallest cat by far at her feeder and also being orange. Tipsy. Tipsy is a brown and white shorthair named after his goofy actions. Tipsy is often seen sleeping with their partner, Little Ginger. Brother Sensitive. Brother Sensitive is a orange and white shorthair named due to her resemblance to Brother Gentle. Used dish rag. Used dish rag is a white and gray short hair named after his horribly matted fur because of stomatitis. Used dish rag actually has a lot of conditions: crooked teeth, scraggly fur, a flat face, and a strange voice. And due to these ailments, he has become a permanent member of the feeder. Miss Froth. Miss Froth is a white short hair named after her sister, Sister Foam. Miss Froth also suffers from stomatitis, however still has a relatively clean coat due to her siblings cleaning her. Mr. Albumen. Mr. Albumen is a white short hair named after the egg-like form his body takes when he hangs around the feeder and his white color, with albumen being the name for a white egg. Mr. Albumen was taken to the vet due to stomatitis and hasn't been seen since. Freddie Meowcurie. Freddie Meowcurie is a calico short hair named after the iconic musician Freddie Mercury due to their similar mustaches. Miss Pikmin. Miss Pikmin is a orange and white short hair named after the Pikmin-shaped blotch on her back. And that is the end of Layer 4 and the end of the Hello Street Cat Iceberg Part 3. However, before the video ends, I wanted to give a last send-off to the community. Here are 6 updates on some of the most iconic cats at the feeder. Mr. Fresh. When we last left Mr. Fresh, he had been captured and had begun being taken care of by the feeder caretakers. Since this, Mr. Fresh has been given 2 exclusive feeders where he is still seen to this day. Mr. Shock. When we last left Mr. Shock, he was extremely elusive, only showing up to the feeder 2 documented times. However, recently in September of 2024, Mr. Shock was seen fighting with another cat at the feeder, however, he still seems very elusive. Mrs. Kirby. When we last left Mrs. Kirby, she was known for her funny faces and confrontational behavior. However, in recent news, Mrs. Kirby has become a mother and has had 2 litters of kittens. Congratulations. Brother Calm. Brother Calm is easily one of the most elusive cats at the feeder, only appearing on February 27th, 2024. However, Brother Calm's legacy lives on, with many cats recreating his iconic pose. John. A lot has happened with John. First off, it was revealed that John is a girl, and sadly, in April of 2024, John's feeder was decommissioned and she hasn't been seen since. The Gluttonous Beast. It is unknown the current location of the beast. Last seen on May 9th, 2024, he was seen eating for an astonishing 14 minutes and hasn't been seen since. Perhaps the beast is finally satisfied and no longer craves sustenance. And that is the end of the Hello Street Cat Iceberg series. Thank you all for watching. Without you, this would not have been possible. Most importantly, I want to thank the Hello Street Cat community. They are one of the most kind communities of all time. With the series coming to an end, if you want consistent updates on the feeders, then I highly advise you to take a look at the Hello Street Cat Wiki or the Hello Street Cat Discord server. If in any way you want to help these cats, then I highly advise you to check the description and donate. These cats are often victims of abuse, but your donations help. Lastly, I want to thank you for watching. Without the series, I don't know where I would be. If you enjoyed this, then leave a like and subscribe. It really helps out the channel. And also don't forget to check out some of my other videos on my channel. It would really mean a lot. Anyways, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!